Right now, we've got more exclusive coverage of Sony's GDC press conference.
All right, let's get to it. Let's go back to San Francisco to see more live gameplay.
So now I'm going to show you a title that I'm really excited about. It's a great representation on how we've taken an active game and incorporated next-gen graphics and speed to elevate the consumer experience. So if you please welcome Johnny Mack over here. He's going to demonstrate Motion Fighters.
Thanks a lot, Scott. So what we can do here, the PlayStation Eye will detect where I am in 3D space, and as I lean, the fighter moves with me. I can crouch and move around. So unlike other fighting games, I don't just flick my wrists. I have to physically really punch. I can aim my punches high, low, or wide, and I can hook and uppercut. So that's enough of the clean moves. Let's try a couple of dirty moves, because this is a street fight. That one's always a winner. So there's going to be lots of clean and dirty moves, grabs, holds, and finishing moves. So I'm just going to try a tricky, dirty move. If I'm not careful, I might fall off stage. No. Ah.
Very nice. All right, thank you, Johnny Mack. So there's also going to be some additional accessories available for the PlayStation Move. One that we want to show you today is an optional second controller known as the PlayStation Move subcontroller. This subcontroller provides additional functionality for games such as a shooter that may require an analog stick for moving your character. So you may have seen that last week's announcement that SOCOM 4 is coming to the PS3 this fall. I'm proud to announce that you can play all the way through SOCOM 4 with the PlayStation Move and a subcontroller. And this is a great example of how hardcore games can become more accessible to mainstream audiences. To show you SOCOM 4, I'd like to welcome Travis from Zipper over here. And I want to talk a little bit while he's getting started here. You'll notice that
Move out.
You'll notice that there's a lot of precision involved here. So not every motion control game involves jumping around and waving your arms like a maniac. There's a ton of precision here. He's sitting in his chair. He's got his game face on. He's completely locked into SOCOM 4. And he's utilizing a great control scheme that Zipper came up with that is allowing him to control the camera and the crosshairs with the motion controller while he's controlling his character with the left stick. Emphasize a couple of additional things. The fact that the Zipper team was able to integrate that technology into the game very quickly with very little overhead on the game. It was a very simple transition to put the motion control into SOCOM 4, and that's why we're able to let it play through the entire game. We're very excited about that. And one last thing, I'm just happy that everyone is able to come today, and we showed you a ton of content on stage, but there's a lot more to come in the upcoming months, and there's a whole arcade next door where you can get some hands-on time and play these titles. So thank you for coming. I'm going to kick it back to Pete now.
All right. So, Kevin, you got to see little bit of what was going on there.
Yeah.
You're smiling. What do you think of Sony Move?
Really hard to tell from what we saw there. The less than one frame response is very cool, and the power of the PlayStation means that the types of games that you can do with it will certainly look cool. But from what I saw right now, it seems like they're echoing a lot of what Nintendo did when they showed off their Wii, and those games were fun for a minute.
Yeah.
So now I want some new
But now you
gameplay
wanna see what the
experiences.
game
Yeah.
is.
So, but with anything like this, I mean, the whole point of this is the feel, and I have no sense of the feel. So
Yeah.
until you really get your
Do you
hands on
think
something like
it's
this.
it's that exciting because we already have the Wii and it's like now it's Sony Move.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Wii takes some of the wind out of
Yeah.
this particular sale, but again, excited for what the technology could bring, and
what the
got to
games
get my
could be
hands on
with it.
Yeah, the games could be incredible. So I'm looking towards E3. I think that's when most people will get their hands on it. When I will probably get a chance to play it, and that's when I'll make my decision as to whether or not I'll pick one up or start evangelizing.
Okay.